Okay, it is my distinct privilege and pleasure to introduce my very own state representative, who probably doesn't surprise you, is on our side. But it took a lot of work because we had to unseat a toller to get him. And his name is Representative Nathan Macias. He's one of the true blue heroes of the cause, and that bill we've been telling you about, that SB 792 counterfeit moratorium bill, the provision in there that made it such a bad bill for our state was the market-based tolling. And this man was the only one leading the charge on the floor of the House to get those few 19 votes we even got. And I'm telling you, he's a true hero to the cause. He also tried to work to get an amendment, or actually to get a section of a bill, that same bill, pulled out, because now TxDOT can keep financial details of these contracts secret from the public. All their traffic and revenue studies, all of their toll viability studies, all the market value tolling information can be secret from the public as long as they put draft on top. And so they just keep everything a perpetual draft document. But it was literally almost, it was overwhelmingly voted in favor of TxDOT. But my representative, Nathan Macias, was the one that was willing to stand up for the taxpayers, for transparency in government, for open government, and saying no to tolls across Texas. So please help me welcome Representative Nathan Macias.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow Texans. Welcome to your capital. I'm honored to stand before such an illustrious crowd of Texans. I want to say two things to you this afternoon. First is thank you, and second is please. Let's start with thank you. Thank you for demonstrating the Texas spirit by standing up for what you believe is right. Thank you for letting us know loud and clear the will of our constituents. And finally, thank you for taking advantage of the opportunity to let your elected officials know that you believe in a government of, by, and for the people. Allow me to help your cause and encourage you with some quotes from the 2006 Republican Party platform. This is a Republican Party of Texas platform, which, as you know, is a grassroots, bottom-up document to help ensure that Republican elected officials clearly know the will of the Texas Republicans. On the Trans-Texas Corridor, quote, because there are issues of confiscation of private land, state and national sovereignty, and other similar concerns, we, Texas Republicans, urge the repeal of the Trans-Texas Corridor legislation. On tolling existing roads, quote, we oppose tolls charged for traveling previously toll-free roadways and disallow continued tolls except for maintenance on existing toll roads already paid for. On foreign control of U.S. interests, we oppose the sale, transfer, management, and/or ownership of critical U.S. interests by foreign or international entities, such as our ports, transportation facilities, defense industries, utilities, and/or mineral interests on public lands. And finally, on eminent domain, quote, we support limiting the definition of eminent domain to exclude seizing private property for public or private economic development. We urge the Texas legislature to amend the Texas Property Code to protect the rights of private property owners by notification of their rights under the law with regard to condemnation and with significant due process safeguards for landowners. So thank you for coming this far. Let me move on to please. Please continue in your efforts. Please demand transparency in government spending to ensure that our tax dollars are actually being spent for public purposes, not for lobbying or ad campaigns. Please call on us to stop the diversion of transportation funding to non-transportation purposes. We simply can't afford that any longer. Please demand that we reduce the growth of government so that we can pay for the programs that are most necessary and for which government has a legitimate role, such as constructing our roads. Please demand that we store an appropriate respect for property rights, something Texas hasn't fully accomplished since the Kelo decision. Ladies and gentlemen, each one of these were from the Texas Republican Party platform. And so, ladies and gentlemen, once again, the two things I want to share with you, thank you. Thank you for all you've done, and I ask you to please stay the course. Continue in your strong and vital role as active citizens in the government of the great state of Texas. Thank you for all those who have put this together and for the opportunity to address you this afternoon. God bless you and God bless the great state of Texas. Thank you so much.
Isn't he fabulous? Now we need 160 some odd more of them in the legislature, don't we? We've got a few good guys here today.